So the karmic nodes are finally changing signs from the Aries Libra axis to the Virgo Pisces for the next 18 months or 1.5 years. I'm super excited. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Ketu, which is a south node, which is a past life incarnation, which is going to be in our Virgo house. So if you know your chart, if you know where your Virgo is, in what house, so that's where basically the energy is going to be manifesting. So a few things about the karmic nodes and when they shift. When the karmic nodes shift, it's destiny. Moon's nodes represent destiny in the way that, constantly change our attention from, one thing to another, from one area in our lives to another every 18 months. We had karmic nodes in Scorpio Taurus from 2021 to 23, 22, I believe 23, beginning of 23. And you guys probably remember you've gone through a lot of transformations, or that's when your kind of third eye, the spirituality. A lot of people started to go into spirituality actually then, which is the 8th house things, right? Pisces is also spirituality, but it's not the occult. Pisces is not occult. 8th house is. Okay, that's when I started heavily studying astrology, psychology, and all of these things. Then we had Aries Libra axis, lunar nodes shifted into this axis, Aries Libra. So when Aries Libra axis, which is March 2023, I believe, and we just out of it, we're done with it. So for the past 1.5 years, I feel like a lot of people were focusing on relationships. They either became more aware as to who they want, right? And a big turn in relationships and partnerships, business. Just like a relationship, either clarity as to what you want after the divorce or the breakup, and meeting a new partner in the same, during the same transit. You know what I mean? So that's the energy that we had. Also finding compromise, sometimes going back to the old relationships, to the old, in order to solve the karma there, because we had Ketu, which is south node, the past. It doesn't necessarily mean past life. What it means really is something that you used to be doing and acting a certain way, and then you get to a point where it's not working anymore. You have to go back to those traumatic relationships and to heal and to revisit, to understand that this is not what they want. You know what I mean? And now the energy will feel a lot better. If you guys been dealing with a lot of narcissistic people in the past 1.5 years, because that should be over. Because if you've been dealing with a lot of narcissistic people, going back to them from the past, that's because of South Node and Libra. Libra is, would reminisce of the past, and we had the Lilith in conjunction with it for actually a good amount of time. And we would reminisce of the traumas, you know what I mean? And romanticize them in a way. And depending on your self-control, and stuff like that, we, I don't know whether you reached out or not, but a lot did. And they just realized that going back, they just remind you why you left, or why you wanted to leave. So now this paradigm is shifting. Now it's all about work. It's all about, I love this energy. I have Venus in Virgo, and it's going to be in my 12th house. So let me tell you just a few things that's going to happen. So in the next 18 months, we're going to go back to the things that we started in 2020 or even before. So the things, the plans, the goals, that I remember them, or the work, the talents, the skills that you've been using then. Because the next 18 months, we had relationship focus for the past 18 months. Now it's going to be work orientation. And another thing, I'm going to talk about the dynamic for the next 18 months. And by dynamic, I mean it's a dynamic in the energy, in the air, that is going to be manifesting not only in relationships, but just with work, co-workers and stuff. Virgo is all about, work, routines. Rationality is kicking in. It's like when we were, during holidays, let's just enjoy ourselves, stay in bed, whatever. This energy is done. In 2 days, 17th, for the next 4 days, I would say, and 18 months, this energy will be sometimes agitated, sometimes it will be released. That's how planets, transits work. And during eclipses, usually it's going to be agitated. So it creates a dynamic where one is more emotional, which is Pisces, because we have the axis, right? And the other one is more rational. That's the dynamic for the next 18 months. And we see that both cannot be both rational, very rarely. We see that in a partnership, one is you know what, we've done too much chilling and relaxing, we need to make money, the rationality is kicking in, and the other one is still sleeping. So the rational one will keep that rationality and would kind of try to avoid going into the Piscean energy, and which makes them a dick or a bitch, whatever you want to call it. That's what people may think, too materialistic, but it's the higher calling is kicking in, something that they've been doing before and something that worked for them before. They're returning to that. Whatever you guys talked about back in 2020, whatever unfinished business you have in the material sense, this is not relationship I'm talking about. This is not going to be really, it's going to be money, money, money. Enough, bitch, enough. Economy is bad. Economy, like for the past 4 years, no, we got to get, you know, all our skills, rethink them, restructure, combine them all together, put it to work, put it in practice. You know, it's where you kind of structuring, redesigning your career. That's what it's going to be. And also a lot of like coldness will come in, a lot of materialism and earthy energy for the next one. We needed it. We'll finally be able to sit and focus, and you know, that will be our priority. Until we get our work done, we're not gonna, you know, like there's a big like legacy building with this one. So I'm really excited because honestly, it's all about success. If you are not materially, financially stable, then you can't have mental stability. You know, physical health is also depends on, it's stress. If you can't pay your bills, it's going to be very stressful. So here, if your dynamic is one is more like lazy and the other one, the rational one will make the lazy one work. Okay. Well, the unfinished business, if someone promised you money or some business, now is the time for it to happen.